Hello there, everybody. And today for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we have made it to the good stuff with the 2003 Ninja Turtles show. Not that the other episodes are bad, of course not, but we're at the peak episodes that keep me interested. We are at the Shredder Strikes Part 1. So, I know I said I was going to review Batman Animated Series, if there's a 2-part episode, I'll review it as one episode. But for Ninja Turtles, we'll just do part 1 for now, and we'll talk about part 2 next week. But this episode is really good. This is where we finally see Shredder, full costume, full armor, up against the Turtles. But at the highest stakes for the show, this is where Leonardo is at his full potential, where he's training against his brothers, and he's starting to get a little arrogant as he believes he is the best fighter because of his swords. But Splinter doesn't really buy this, as he actually has Leo spar with him, and he catches his sword. He even uses his cane to take down Leo, but Leonardo is very frustrated that he basically somewhat wanted to impress Master Splinter and show that he is the best, but he takes this out on a building. He's basically doing what Raph did, and he even acknowledges it, saying, "Oh, this is what I would do. Leo's becoming me." And Mikey says he doesn't like it, but Leo is taking his anger out because he feels he needs to be the best, and this becomes relevant later in the show where he gets his PTSD, and because he feels he needs to be the best. But this is where he's encountered by 2 foot soldiers who shoot an arrow at him, giving him a little note to meet up with Oroku Saki. And this is where the other turtles are getting suspicious about Leo and decide to follow him, but Leo meets up with Oroku Saki, even takes out his foot soldiers, but instead of wanting to fight, Saki wants to basically offer Leonardo a deal, making the deal with the devil, basically. Saki basically explains how there is a threat for the Foot Clan, and he feels the Hamato clan does not need to be at each other's throats, and they can instead work together to defeat the enemy that is out there against Oroku Saki. But Leonardo doesn't really buy this until maybe a little bit, until he's convinced. But Saki ends up offering Leonardo the sword that apparently was built by his ancestors. But Leo decides to accept the sword, and he is given time to think of what his next move will be, if he'll join Oroku Saki and the Foot Clan. But the other turtles are not buying it, and they even confront Leo, saying, "You joined the bad side," and saying, "You're hanging out with the wrong people." But Leo is convinced Shredder could be a good guy or not, so they decide to go to Master Splinter, and this is where we finally figure out the truth about why the Foot Clan are such bad people, is because they are the reason why Splinter lost Hamato Yoshi, his master. Basically, we even get the origin. It's not like in the Mirage comics where they're killed because of their love for Tang Shin. Instead, Shredder sent Hun and the foot soldiers to take down Hamato Yoshi and attack him in his home, and they basically wire him and beat him up until Shredder finally shows up in full armor, and he is intimidating. They even released the cage of Splinter during the fight, and basically Splinter got out of there, but unfortunately Hamato Yoshi was killed by the Shredder, and that is why Hamato Yoshi was killed. And now Splinter does not actually want revenge, because in the comic books, Splinter actually trained the turtles to basically kill Shredder. But instead, Splinter's been hiding it because he feels he doesn't want the turtles going down the path of vengeance. And I actually like this because it shows that the turtles can be good and not be influenced by revenge and being trained to be assassins. That's what I like about these turtles, because they show their compassion and they don't have to go down a dark path to take down their enemies. But the turtles decide to bring the sword and confront Shredder. And this is where the episode gets real good. The turtles get in their fighting stance, they pull out their weapons, and they basically fight the foot soldiers until Shredder finally shows up in full armor, and even Leonardo threw the sword, saying they're not joining them. But when Shredder does reveal himself, he looks badass. I do like the 2012 version of Shredder, but this version of Shredder is terrifying until we get later into the plot twist about him. I'll keep that a secret for now. But I don't know if I revealed it earlier in the when talking about this show. But so sorry. But basically, this Shredder, his armor just looks amazing. He looks like a samurai. But the episode ends on a cliffhanger. But the next episode where things get real good. So this episode's easily a 10 out of 10. This is probably one of the best episodes of the show. It has a lot of drama between the turtles, Shredder, and you feel the tension between Leonardo and his arc throughout this whole show. Some people say they focus on Leonardo a little too much in this show. I don't really agree with that. I think all the turtles get moments to shine in this show. I first thought it was focusing on Leonardo a lot, but there are moments with the other turtles. But this is easily a highlight episode for sure for the turtles. So I look forward to talking about part 2 next week. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power.